A party, drugs and mysterious death. Who killed BJP leader and actor Sonali Phogat? What was the motive? Shocking CCTV images surface. Drugged Sonali seen struggling to walk. Her close aide is accused number 1. Sonali murder mystery. Top focus on India First.
There's a startling new video that's emerged, and this is CCTV camera images from a popular bar and restaurant at the Anjuna beach in Goa. BJP leader and TV star Sonali Phogat is barely able to walk. Watch those images very carefully. Police say it emerges she was forcibly given a drugs-laced drink or water, something in a bottle. Look at the time stamp. Close to 4:30 in the morning. 2.5 hours later, she was dead. Was she murdered? What was the motive? I am Gaurav Sawant. We'll explore, but first as always, the headlines. Congress veteran Prithviraj Chavan echoes Ghulam Nabi Azad, asks if the party now is like the Mughal Empire for the Gandhis. Congress comes out to discredit Ghulam Nabi Azad, brands him an opportunist after he quits.
Unfortunately, to all organs of the Congress party, elections had not been held for 24 years. That's why when it comes, we have given him so much, we have given. Are we running in the Mughal Empire or what?
For Aam Aadmi Party, Lieutenant Governor flags irregularities in construction of classrooms in Delhi government schools, says the construction cost was enhanced and no tenders were issued and no action taken on the vigilance report. Sends freebies case to a 3-judge bench for review. Issues of EC directions and scope of judicial review to be examined in detail. Karnataka High Court allows Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations at Bengaluru's Eidgah Maidan, the grounds at the center of a very polarizing political war. We begin India First with news just coming in. Goa Police sources have now confirmed to India Today that Sonali Phogat, BJP leader and TV star, was given MDMA. The party drug was allegedly mixed in a bottle of water and she was forced to drink from this bottle. There apparently are some CCTV images. There are some other accounts that the police are very closely looking at. A chemical analysis is also being done on this. That's a big story. Now, some of these images have gone viral. The image that you see, one of the dance that was happening, and two, this image of she's almost staggering out. She's unable to walk. The person who's assisting her is now accused in a case of IPC under section 302, which is murder investigation. So this stunning new twist in the Sonali Phogat investigation, this BJP leader and TV actor found dead under very mysterious circumstances on the 23rd of August. Goa Police have now revealed that Sonali Phogat was given some some chemical liquid in a bottle when she was out partying. The two people she was partying with, Sudhir Sangwan and Sukhwinder Singh. Now, Sudhir Sangwan is her personal assistant. Sukhwinder Singh is an aide. Pankaj Upadhyay in Goa gets us more.
A visibly unwell Sonali Phogat being taken out of the Curly's shack in Goa's famous Anjuna beach. This CCTV video taken at 4:27 AM on the 23rd of August has added a stunning new twist to her death mystery. Sonali can be seen struggling to walk as she is supported by Sudhir Sangwan, her personal assistant, and the main accused in the murder case that has been filed. The BJP leader and social media sensation died hours after an alleged drug-fueled revelry party. The Goa Police claims they are in possession of videos that show Sonali allegedly being forced to consume drugs by her associates.
और एक वीडियो से जाहिर होता है कि उसको एक सब्सटेंस फोर्सफुली विक्टिम को वन ऑफ द एक्यूज पिला रहा है.
The police claim Sonali appeared to be unwell after taking the alleged drugs.
करीब 4:30 बजे जब वो अपने आप को संभालने में नाकाम रही तो मुलजिम विक्टिम को बाथरूम टॉयलेट की तरफ लेके जाता है और फिर वहां करीब 2 घंटे वो रहते हैं टॉयलेट में, जिसका एक्सप्लेनेशन अभी तक एक्यूज ने नहीं दिया है.
The police have already registered a murder case and are grilling 2 suspects, Sonali's personal assistant Sudhir Sangwan and his friend Sukhwinder Wasi. The new revelations about drugs have changed the course of this investigation. The autopsy had earlier pointed to blunt force injuries on Sonali's body. The celebrity's family has been claiming she was murdered.
हम बार-बार इसी चीज़ को रिपीट कर रहे थे कि हमारी एफआईआर दर्ज की जाए और हमारी रिटन कंप्लेंट में यही था कि उनको कुछ खिला पिला के या जिस तरह जैसे भी है उनका मर्डर किया गया है. तो अब पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेशन में चीज़ें सामने आ रही हैं. गोवा पुलिस प्रशासन अब कोऑपरेट करने लगा है.
Sonali's death has sparked a political firestorm. The opposition in Goa is alleging an attempt to cover up.
That the chief minister likes to give clean cheat and likes to jump the gun, and all this is giving Goa a bad name.
Sonali Phogat's body reached Hisar in Haryana on Friday, where she was cremated.
Well, as the amber fires embrace Sonali Phogat's mortal remains, a TikTok sensation and a BJP leader loved by many leaves this earth with many questions unanswered. Some of them will find their answers in the investigation that the Goa Police is doing. 2 arrests have been made, but the family grieves and is still undecided on whether the investigation should be carried forward with a CBI probe.
With a drug angle coming to light now, the police are looking at all possible angles, including murder. With Arvind Ojha in Delhi, Pankaj Upadhyay in Goa and Milan Sharma in Hisar, Bureau Report, India Today.
India Today's Pankaj Upadhyay now joins me live from Parji in Goa. Pankaj, police investigations into this mysterious substance in that bottle of water. What more do we know?
Gaurav, the drug angle becomes the most important angle right now. Of course, the police maintains that even with the help of the CCTV footage, they have been able to ascertain that some substance was indeed mixed with water and was forcibly given to Sonali. What was this foreign substance? Police says they will be 100% sure only when they get a forensic report at their hand, because then there will be conclusive evidence as to what was the foreign substance that entered the body. Of course, now various theories are coming out about the type of drug as well. That is on account of the fact that the police is also questioning the accused at this point of time. But the police maintains they are looking at all the angles. They are going to be very careful now. Whatever the accused are saying, they are going to corroborate the same with the statements of the eyewitnesses that were present there. The owner there of the shack as well, that is the restaurant where she has visited in the night time, and also the eyewitnesses of the hotel where she was staying, and also the people who at first watched her in the hospital as well. Of course, what is also of significance that the police is looking for, which has not got the answers as yet, after Sonali started feeling uneasy Why did her PA take her to the toilet and made her sit there for 2 hours?
2 hours.
The accused have not answered this very, very big question. Additionally, also, of course, Gaurav, that question on who the drug peddler is. Was he the one being questioned right now that supplied drugs to the PA and the Sukhvinder? Or did these two accused procure it on their own from some place?
Okay.
But if at all they did, where did they dispose of the container? So these are some of the most important questions to which the answers are still being sought by the Goa Police.
Pankaj, what about motive? What was the motive? Any murder, any investigation, to build a cogent case, they would want to know the motive. So was this a drug OD, a drug overdose? Did they plan to murder her? Do we have any details in this aspect?
Gaurav, in the noon time, when IG Goa Police was taking a press briefing, I had asked him a couple of questions, and in those questions, there was one question where I had asked him, is this a premeditated crime? To which he said that they need to draw a chronological order. They are looking at all angles. They are also in touch with the Hisar police as well. And after they have got all forms of evidences at their hand, then only they will be coming out with some sort of a conclusion and some sort of a theory. For now, they say they are looking at all the possible angles, but for now, at least at this point of time, what remains important is the drug theory. Was there a drug overdose, a purposeful drug overdose that took the life of this BJP leader and TikTok star? Tomorrow is an important day. Tomorrow...
On the story, I'm just being joined by Kuldeep Phogat. Sonali Phogat's brother now joins me on the show from Hisar. कुलदीप जी, बहुत कठिन परिस्थिति है आपके और आपके परिवार के लिए। अभी तक की जो जांच हुई है, हमारी संवेदनाएं आपके साथ है कुलदीप जी। हमारी अभी तक जो जांच हुई है पुलिस की, क्या आप उससे संतुष्ट हैं या परिवार अभी भी सीबीआई जांच की मांग कर सकता है, क्योंकि इस बारे में आप विचार कर रहे थे?
पुलिस से कोई बात नहीं हुई है मैडम हमारी। हम तो ये ट्वीट वगैरह यही पढ़ रहे हैं जो आ रहे हैं, इन पे कह रहे हैं भाई हमारे को ये फुटेज मिली है, ये मिली है। उनके हिसाब से हम कह रहे हैं भाई पुलिस अच्छा काम कर रही है, हमारे साथ है पुलिस। अभी तक तो डीएसपी भी वहाँ के ठीक है, ईमानदार आदमी है, इंस्पेक्टर भी ईमानदार आदमी है, डॉक्टर भी ईमानदार आदमी है, और जो पोस्टमार्टम की रिपोर्ट दी है वो भी सही दी है उन्होंने, और जो पुलिस ने काम किया है वो भी सही किया है। तो पुलिस पे हमारे को कोई संदेह नहीं है। अभी तक तो साथ है, जब साथ नहीं होगी हमारी तो हम सीबीआई इंक्वायरी की जांच करवाएंगे और नार्को टेस्ट करवाएंगे।
ठीक, तो आपको संदेह नहीं है पुलिस की भूमिका पर? पुलिस आपके मुताबिक सही काम कर रही है, लेकिन ये जो ड्रग्स की बात आ रही है और ये जिस व्यक्ति की बात आ रही है सांगवान, सुधीर सांगवान, इसके बारे में आप हमें क्या बता सकते हैं?
पहले कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ उसके साथ, ना वो ड्रग्स लेती थी, ना उसको आदत थी कोई ड्रग्स की। ये सुधीर सांगवान है जो जी, ये खाने में देता था, आस्ता आस्ता डोज देता गया, इसने डोज बढ़ा दी। जब पता चलने लग गया मेरे हाथ पैर काम नहीं कर रहे हैं और मेरे यानी कि दिमाग यानी कि घूम रहा है, मेरे को नींद आ रही है, इस तरह वाली बातें तो सामने आई थी। लेकिन ये नहीं पता ये ऐसे काम भी कर सकता है क्या, डोज दे के इतना यानी कि षड्यंत्र रख सकता है। इतना मालूम होता तो हम जाने ही नहीं देते।
गोवा जाने से पहले कोई बातचीत हुई थी आपकी सोनाली जी से इस बारे में कि वो गोवा जा रही है, क्यों जा रही है? पुलिस से जांच में, क्योंकि अभी हमको ये पता चल रहा है कि जो पुलिस है वो हिसार पुलिस से भी बात करना चाहती है, उस बारे में आप हमें क्या बता सकते हैं?
परिवार में ये नहीं बताया जी मैं गोवा जा रही हूँ, ये कह रहा था मैं बाहर जा रही हूँ। ये गुड़गांव से गई है या सीधी गोवा गई है ये मालूम नहीं हमारे को। उन्होंने सामान जरूर खरीदा था रोहतक से फ्लैट के लिए, वहाँ यानी कि गुड़गांव में एक फ्लैट किराए पे लिया था जी। इस सुधीर सांगवान ने ये कह गए कि सोनाली फोगाट मेरी मिसेज है, और एक खुद का फ्लैट था उसका, और वो भी नाट गया कहने से भी ये फ्लैट मेरा है। हम इस चक्कर में यानी कि उनसे वो सीबीआई इंक्वायरी करवाने की वो की थी हमने, हो या नार्को टेस्ट हो जाए, उससे पहले पुलिस ने हमारी वो FIR दर्ज कर दी, पोस्टमार्टम में सही रिपोर्ट आ गई, पुलिस साथ दे रही है हमारे को, पुलिस पे कोई वो नहीं है। जब तक साथ देगी पुलिस हमारा तो हम कोई कार्रवाई नहीं करेंगे। मनोहर लाल खट्टर ने भी ये आश्वासन दिया है कि बोला अगर जो पुलिस वहाँ की सही काम नहीं करती हो तो जो भी फोगाट परिवार कहेगा वो हम यानी कि CBI इंक्वायरी करवाना चाहेगा तो CBI इंक्वायरी कराएंगे, और नार्को टेस्ट करवाना चाहेंगे तो नार्को टेस्ट कराएंगे। अगर वहाँ की पुलिस साथ देती है तो हमारे को कोई जरूरत नहीं है, पाक साफ है वहाँ की पुलिस, तो हम CBI रिपोर्ट नहीं कराएंगे। अगर जो हमारे को शक हुआ ये हमारे साथ सहयोग नहीं कर रही वहाँ की पुलिस तो हम CBI इंक्वायरी करवाएंगे और नार्को टेस्ट कराएंगे।
एक मेरा प्रश्न जल्दी से आपसे है,
फिर हमारे को कोई गिला शिकवा नहीं सरकार से। सरकार ने आश्वासन दिया है, हम तो अभी सरकार के कहने पे चल रहे हैं जो सरकार ने आश्वासन दिया है।
एक जल्दी से प्रश्न मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता था कि पुलिस से आपकी इस दिशा में कोई बात हुई है कि मकसद क्या होगा? क्या कोई प्रॉपर्टी का विवाद था, कुछ पैसे को लेकर विवाद था? उस बारे में आप हमें क्या बता सकते हैं?
प्रॉपर्टी का ही चक्कर था सारा, और उनकी क्या चक्कर था, प्रॉपर्टी हड़पने के लिए उसको गोवा ले जाया गया, वहां ले जाके कांड किया गया। यहाँ आसपास जैसे रोहतक वगैरह जींद वर्ग शहर में करता तो उसको पता है उनके घर वाले आ जाएंगे, तो उसको पता है 2-3 दिन तो आएंगे नहीं, इतने वो पता नहीं चलेगा उनको, और ये हार्ट अटैक में बदल देंगे भी, इसका हार्ट अटैक हो गया और फिर सारी संपत्ति हड़प लेंगे। ये
आपने हमसे बात की सुधीर जी?
तहत काम हुआ है, सारे 2-3 जनों ने मिलकर की है साजिश।
जी, आपने कुलदीप जी हमसे बात की, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हमारी संवेदनाएं आपके और आपके परिवार के साथ है इस समय। उम्मीद यही कि जांच में तथ्य निकलकर, सच्चाई निकलकर सामने आएगी। Many thanks for joining us here on this India First special broadcast, and I quickly want to bring into this conversation Dr. Vikram Singh, former Director General of Uttar Pradesh Police and someone who's actually dealt with these very difficult investigations in the past. Dr. Singh, many thanks for speaking to us here at India Today. I want to understand from you, sir, the investigations that have been carried out so far. You heard Mr. Bishnoi, the IG of police, saying some drugs were forcibly given to the victim, to the lady. What do you make of this crime, sir? Merit in the family saying it was for money, it was for property.
Good evening, Gaurav ji. Yes, it is a well-planned, cold-blooded murder, and you can make out that she was administered what is known commonly as a date rape drug, MDMA, also known popularly as ecstasy. I would not like you to go details list. Your is a very popular channel. It will give ideas to the youth, but I will stop at that. But getting the MDMA in possession, feeding it, and there are anti-mortem injuries of sharp-edged pointed weapon, I would like to compliment the Goa Police for invoking the provisions of Section 174 of the CRPC, reopening the case and incorporating the allegations of the brother and from the deceased family, and incorporating Sections 302 and 34 common intention sections of the Indian Penal Code. I would say that very seldom have I seen this swift and professional response that Omveer Singh Bishnoi has given. My congratulations to him. Now what remains to be done is, as Kuldeep, the deceased brother, mentioned, narco analysis and polygraph test of both the important accused Sukhvinder and Sudhir Sangwan. You see, taking in the deceased into the toilet for 2 hours, it was not that they were willing to give her a stomach wash. No, stomach wash was just not the motive. I would also fault the bar owner or the club owner. Under what circumstances does a lady go with a man, whether it was a men's toilet or a ladies' toilet? For 2 hours, it was their duty to ensure that a person who requires medical attention immediately, what were they doing? They have a lot of answering to do. Under these circumstances, when there are anti-mortem injuries, administration of MDMA, and also the presence of these two under suspicious circumstances, changing the statements, well, it is very clear. I would not like to cloud the judgment of the investigators, but it is a cold-blooded, deliberate murder, and it is not merely the property. I would reserve my comments because a word to the wise is enough. I feel there is so much that I can read into the entire episode. The journey from Haryana and coming to Goa, planning the visit to the club, administering MDMA, getting an anti-mortem injuries. Gaurav, you are so wise, you've seen the world, you would realize what were the undercurrents.
So, you know, all of these dots seem to indicate that this was premeditated murder. Getting the victim to Goa, taking her to a nightclub, MDMA, and not taking her to hospital immediately for a stomach flush, but keeping her locked in a bathroom. These are very interesting, you know, aspects that the police would be looking at. Sir, another aspect that is being talked about in hushed tones, not yet in public domain, is something that the Goa police is also getting in touch with the Hisar police about, is the mysterious death of a husband in 2016. The police now say they want the Hisar police to shed some light whether there could be a link between the two. Does that sound plausible to you?
I think that may be of academic interest, because I did see the version of the deceased on the death of the husband, that she said that I had very good relationship. He had everything going his way, very well to do, living with the family, everything was hunky-dory. But these questions were raised in his unnatural death. He was a young man, hale and hearty, and questions were raised. And I do hope that the police would also examine, because under these circumstances, motive, as you very rightly mentioned in your opening remarks, is an extremely important aspect. What were the circumstances of the death of the deceased, in that case, the late husband of the current deceased? Therefore, if there are some intertwining features, something connected to where the accused can also be pinpointed in that unnatural death, well, the police have a task to perform, and they are doing it very thoroughly.
Now, in case there are investigations that go into multiple states, and in your appreciation, and since you've dealt with these cases in different parts of the country, sir, would this be a fit case for investigation by the Goa police cooperating with the Hisar police and vice versa, or be handed over to the Central Bureau of Investigation?
My first opinion would have been to the CBI, but knowing what Omveer Singh Vishnoi has done, he has been extremely professional, and I think he has been proactive. I would say, give Omveer Singh Vishnoi a chance. I think he would be better than the CBI in this case.
You make very valid points, sir, for joining me here on this India First special. Many thanks, because we'll be tracking this story very, very closely. This video was taken at 4:27, and at 7:30, she was no more. What transpired between 4:27 and 7:30 is a matter of investigation. I now want to shift focus to the other big story here on India First. In 2003, radical Islamist terrorists identified, lined up and killed 24 Kashmiri Pandits in Nandi Marg in cold blood. Among those killed were 11 men, 11 women and 2 children, one child as young as 2 years old. Almost 20 years later, the Jammu and Kashmir High Court has ordered the case be investigated afresh. For the only survivor of the Nandi Marg massacre, this provides a ray of hope. India Today's Sunil Ji Bhatt spoke to Mohanlal Bhatt. His father, mother, sister and uncle were killed. He managed to hide in a shed. We bring you this spine-chilling India Today exclusive report.
कोई 10:30 का टाइम था, तो सोने की तैयारी हो रही थी। अब तो हम सो गए थे। तो जैसे थोड़ा कोई 15-20 मिनट हुए थे सोए हुए, तो बाहर से कुछ आवाज़ आई, जैसे तोड़-फोड़ की आवाज़ आई, खिड़कियां बंद करने की ऐसे ज़ोर से आवाज़ आई। तो मैंने, मम्मी मेरे पास ही सोए थे, मैंने उनको बोला कुछ आवाज़ें आ रही थी बाहर से। तो उन्होंने बोला नहीं, आवाज़ नहीं, कोई खिड़की बंद कर रहा होगा। मैंने बोला नहीं, कुछ मम्मी कुछ गड़बड़ है बाहर, तो हम एक काम करते हैं, आप उठो तो देखते हैं क्या होगा। तो मैंने मम्मी को उठाया, दीदी भी साइड में सोए थे, उनको भी उठाया। इतनी देर में पापा को भी उठाया, वो नीचे वाले कमरे में सोए थे। इतनी देर में हमने क्या देखा कि जैसे मैंने आधा ही बाहर का जो मेन डोर था वो खोला तो बाहर आर्मी यूनिफॉर्म में दो मतलब साइड में थे, वो दिखे नहीं पूरे हमें।
आतंकवादी जो है सेना की वर्दी में पहन कर आए
में थे। उस टाइम मेरी मम्मा की आवाज आई, उन्होंने उनको हिंदी में बोला कि हमारे पास जो भी होगा हम दे देंगे लेकिन हमें छोड़ दो। तो वहां से एक आतंकवादी बोलता है कोई बात नहीं आपको अभी चुप करा देंगे। ये उनकी आवाज मैंने लास्ट टाइम सुनी थी, अपनी मम्मी की आवाज लास्ट टाइम सुनी थी। तो इतनी देर में क्या हुआ, सेम उनका ये बोलना कि आपको अभी चुप करा देंगे, इतनी देर में एक कैमरा की जैसे फ्लैश लाइट होती है वो पता नहीं वो सिग्नल था गोलियां बरसाने का क्या था, वो फ्लैश लाइट ऑन हुई तो फायर हो गई स्टार्ट। फिर किसी की आवाज नहीं, खाली गोलियों की आवाज सुनाई दी मुझे,
गोलियों की आवाज सुनाई दी मुझे। तो इतनी देर में एक छोटा सा बच्चा जो उधर भी था जिनकी किलिंग हुई थी, उनमें से एक बच्चा रोया। तो एक मिलिटेंट ने कश्मीरी में बोला ये महाशु जिंदगी इन पे और फायरिंग करो। अच्छा, मतलब आतंकवादी ने कहा 2 साल का बच्चा जो 2 साल का बच्चा रोने लगा तो एक स्थानीय आतंकवादी ने कश्मीरी में कहा कि ये बच्चा अभी 2 वर्ष का बच्चा जिंदा है, इस पर दोबारा गोली मारो।
ये जिंदा है अभी, उन्होंने बच्चा नहीं बोला, उन्होंने बोला ये अभी जिंदा है और फायरिंग करो।
कौन जिंदा है?
यही मतलब जिन पे उन्होंने गोलियां चलाई थी।
इनमें से कोई जिंदा है, गोली दो
और फायर करो। तो जाते जाते उन्होंने फिर कितने और फायर किए हैं तो वो भी मैं बता नहीं सकता। जैसे मैं चिल्लाया बैटरी की लाइट नीचे गिरी तो नीचे सारे
आपको शव दिखे,
सारे पड़े हुए थे। मतलब कोई मूवमेंट नहीं थी, कुछ नहीं थी, सिर्फ खून ही खून था चारों तरफ। तो मैं दीदी और मम्मी को ढूंढने लगा। फिर वहाँ पे जो गवर्नमेंट का रवैया रहा हमारे लिए, जो उस टाइम ये मुफ्ती मोहम्मद सईद उनकी सरकार थी, पीडीपी की सरकार थी, उन्होंने बड़ी कोशिश की थी हमें वहाँ रोकने के लिए।
मतलब आप चाहते थे जम्मू वापस, अब जम्मू भागकर चले जाएं, वहाँ पर आपको खतरा लग रहा
था ही नहीं, वहाँ पे सब कुछ खत्म हो चुका, बचा तो कुछ नहीं था।
परिवार खत्म कर दिए गए।
जिनके साथ घर था वो तो रहे नहीं, खाली मकान रहा था वहाँ पे। तो अब हमने सोचा था कि हम यहाँ नहीं रहेंगे, हम बाहर ही बैठते थे। उन्होंने ऐसा एक प्रोपेगेंडा वहाँ पे किया, पूरी जो विलेज है उस पे तारबंदी कर दी, किसी को बाहर जाने नहीं।
किसने किया?
उस टाइम की पीडीपी सरकार ने ना बाहर जाने दिया किसी को, ना अंदर आने दिया किसी को।
एक आशा की किरण आपको लग रही है कि न्याय मिलेगा अब?
जिस हिसाब से अब मतलब गवर्नमेंट स्टेप उठा रही है, सख्त कदम उठा रही है, इन मतलब जो मैसेकर्स हुए थे, जो कल्प्रिट पाए गए हैं, जो दोषी पाए गए, उनके खिलाफ जो उनको मिल रही है सजाएं मिल रही है, तो उस हिसाब से अब एक उम्मीद, एक किरण थोड़ी सी जाग गई है, नहीं शायद हमारे साथ भी जस्टिस होगा शायद।